Hello everyone. Welcome back to Coding Lifestyle for You. In part 1, we learned what variables are and how they store information. Today, we will learn how to use variables correctly. Variables store different things. A variable is just a container. Today, it stores apple. Later, it can store a banana, then a car, or even a football. The important thing is the variable name stays the same, only the value changes. That's why variables are called flexible containers. Now let's learn how to give variables proper names. So these are all valid names. These follow Python's rules, but these are all invalid names. Why? Let's remember four simple rules. A variable name should start with a letter or an underscore. It shouldn't start with a number. Don't use spaces in between. Don't use special symbols like at the rate, exclamation, hash, all those. Choose meaningful names. If someone reads your code after 6 months, they should understand it immediately. After this, Python is case sensitive language. This is one of the most common beginner mistakes. So uppercase and lowercase matters in Python programming. So if you look carefully at these three variables, do these refer to the same variable? No. Python sees them as three completely different variables. Lowercase, capitalized, and all caps. Each has its own value. So always be careful with uppercase and lowercase letters. So in memory, this lowercase fruit will point to apple, this capitalized fruit will point to banana, and this all capital fruit will point to orange. After this, let's talk about multiple variables. So can Python store more than one piece of information? Absolutely. We can create many variables. Like for example, name variable is storing Ali, age variable is storing 15, city variable is storing Lucknow. In memory, name will point to Ali, age will point to 15, and city will point to Lucknow. So now our program remembers three different values. Think about your school ID. It stores your name, your age, and your city. Different boxes, different information. Python works exactly the same way. Next, we have copying values. So now here is something interesting. Variables can copy values. So inside this fruit variable, we have apple. And now inside this item variable, we are copying this fruit value. Okay. So the value that is inside this fruit, which is apple, that will also go inside this item variable. And then once you'll print item, you will get apple as a result. So in memory, fruit is pointing to apple. Now you are copying that fruit into an item. So item will also point to apple value. Okay. So copying a variable copies its values. So remember, we are copying the value, not the variable itself. After this, updating variables. So variables can be updated, variables can be changed. So initially the score is 10, but after that I'm adding 5 to the score. Okay. And whatever the result is, that we are updating inside this score variable. Okay. So the score will now become 15. So Python firstly looks at the old value and then it adds 5 to it and it stores the new value inside that same variable. This technique is used everywhere: games, bank accounts, shopping carts, and scoreboards, right? Next, we have swapping values. So we can swap values between variables. So before swap, you see fruit 1 has apple inside it, fruit 2 variable has banana inside it, right? So fruit 1 has apple, fruit 2 has banana, right? So this is the way how we can swap the values. Okay, so inside this fruit 1 we will get the fruit 2 value, and inside this fruit 2 we will get this fruit 1 value. Okay, so after swap, fruit 1 will become banana and fruit 2 will become apple. This is one of Python's coolest features. Then we'll talk about variables inside print. Variables become even more useful when printing sentence. We can use variables in sentences. So suppose name has a value Sarah, and then if we want to print hello with the name, so this is how you can do it. So the output will be hello Sarah. Similarly, city is Lucknow, and if you want to print I live in and then the city name, so you can directly pass the variable name separated by comma. Okay, so this makes programs easier to update later. So if later we want to change the city, we will simply change the city here. Okay, suppose there are 10 print statements and every print statement is using a city. So if we will make the change here, that change will reflect in all the print statements. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and solve these 4 questions. Create a variable country and store India. Create a variable age and store 18. Then print it. Change age from 18 to 19. Print it again. And also predict the output for this one. You can answer the result in the comment section. After that, let's quickly revise what we have learned today. So variables have naming rules. Python is case sensitive. We can create many variables. Python can copy values. Variables can update themselves. Variables can swap values. Variables can be used inside print. Variables make program easier to understand. So you are becoming more comfortable with Python every video. In the next video, we will learn even more advanced concepts about variables. So don't miss part 3. If this visual method is helping you learn Python, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with your friends who are learning Python. I'll see you in the next lesson. Happy coding.